welcome back. Here now in Graceville, Florida, at the Circle Grill, right here on Highway 77. Here, kind of a momentous day. I think it's going to be an opportunity for Clint Pate to announce, if he's not done so already, his candidacy for Jackson County Commissioner. Here now with Jeff Massey, the interim executive director with the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce. Jeff, you've kind of hit the ground running. You've got lots of stuff going on. Obviously, you stepped into a position that had been vacated, so you, again, you're just trying to catch up. Lots of stuff going on here in Jackson County, lots of real positive stuff. As somebody who lives in Washington County, I see all kinds of good stuff going on over here. Give me a thumbnail sketch of what your challenges are in your current position with the Chamber.
Well, we have several challenges. First and foremost is to reorganize the Chamber. Get our sense of direction back, member services, the things that chambers are supposed to do for their members. That's one of the largest things. Of course, there's also been the Russ House issue that has been there, and working very hard with that, trying to get that situation resolved. So.
Yeah, in your situation, is it 40 or 50 bosses that you have over there?
Somewhere in there, right about there.
And obviously, there are some issues that you're facing that you probably never thought you would. The Russ House, good example. In a situation where, reading between the lines and from what I've heard, you've realized you probably can't afford to keep. Would that be accurate?
Well, a house of that stature, you know, it needs constant maintenance. It's insurance is expensive on it, and the Chamber is just not set up as that type of vehicle to really do that house justice. So we've been pursuing finding another avenue to keep that house in public hands, and so we can. It's a community icon,
sure.
And everybody likes the house, and I do too, and all my board likes the house, and of course we want to do the right thing there. We're working on that. I hope that does pan out for the betterment in the future.
Does that building carry a lot of caveats as far as grant process due to historical renovation, or do you have some leeway there outside of those purposes?
Well, there was an initial grant, and this was way before my time. I think this was somewhere around 15 years ago. There were initial grants by citizens in that community that raised those funds, and the house was restored. And there's a lot of terminology in the paperwork and such, but you know, it's time that we find a better way for the house to be handled, something that's going to preserve it from now on for the public.
Well,
so.
Again, you've got your hands full, you've hit the ground running, but so much exciting activity in Jackson County. The new textile plant in the old Russell factory.
That's going to be a great addition. We're really looking forward to them. You know, we needed that bump in the economy. There's a lot of great things going on down at Compass Lake. We've met with those folks, and you know, they've are really working hard. Very organized group of folks down there that are pushing their community forward. They're going to have the Frisbee golf is open now, and a lot of other things you can do there at Compass Lake. In fact, I think we're looking really closely at working with them and maybe a fundraiser Frisbee golf tournament in the fall. So there's a lot of great things going on there. We're looking at Graceville. We're looking towards Sneads. One of the things I think we can improve on is try to bring the Chamber to everybody in the county. You know, granted, there are a lot of the businesses in Marietta, but this is the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce. And that's one of my biggest issues right there, is getting it out there and providing services and helping businesses in the whole county.
In some of these large rural counties, there is opportunity for somebody to be a redheaded stepchild if they're at one of the extreme corners of that county. Sometimes they get overlooked. Sometimes people forget that they're a part of that economy, of that economic development engine. So good to hear you say that.
Well, I just think it's follow-up and consistency. You know, I think efforts have been made before, but then the ball's been dropped. And so the way I see it is, if you're going to get that consistent level of commitment to make the whole thing work, you have to get out there and work at it. And that's kind of what I've been focusing on doing. So.
Well, most recently coming from Waste Management, you bring with you that corporate mentality, but also the understanding that you've got to engage that public support.
Oh, yes.
And so I think that's something that's unique that you do bring to that table that's going to hold you in a good stead.
I hope so. I hope so. We'll see. School's still out on that. I got a long way to go, a lot of work to do. We've got a great board, and our views mirror each other. And so I don't see any reason why we can't get a plan, put it in action, and make it happen. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't.
Well, we're here today to meet with Governor Rick Scott.
Yes.
He's dropping
Looking forward
by.
to
Yeah, a great opportunity in a town hall kind of forum to be able to exchange some ideas with the governor.
Oh, yeah.
Meeting challenging times, counties as well as the state having their own economic heartburn right now. Governor Scott adopting some austerity programs, which frankly I personally applaud. There are things that we need. Nobody likes change. Nobody wants to be the one in the crosshairs to have their budget cut. But unfortunately, we have to make some tough decisions right now.
Well, I think it's real important to understand. You can't spend more money than you take in. And fiscal responsibility is everybody's job. The governor's been tasked with being the guy saying, look, we've got to do certain things to keep Florida strong. I would hate to see Florida end up like California, New York, and states like that who are broke. And we're not. In fact, we have a surplus. The governor's done a great job. The leadership from the House and the Senate has been tremendous. And so I feel very fortunate living in Florida right now, to be honest with you.
Well, Jeff, thanks for taking the time. It looks like the governor's just getting ready to get here. We're going to try to catch a few words with him before we get started. Best of luck going forward. We had the opportunity to speak with Charlotte Brunner just recently, talking about some of your Main Street programs,
Sure, yeah.
Your summer concert series, all kinds of things from big to small.
Charlotte's
going
a hustler.
On. She is.
She makes a lot of things happen, involved in everything, and it's a pleasure. I get to work with her a lot, and it's a lot of fun.
We look forward to talking to you soon.
Hey, come see me.
I'll do it.
All right, we'll see.
Here in Graceville, Florida right now with Jeff Massey, Interim Executive Director of the Jackson County Chamber, and we will be right back.